As you can see, I am still in Porto, and I'm probably going to stay here now until the end of the month. I was going to go home in like the second week of July, but I thought I may as well stay here for a little longer. Anyway, in a minute I've got a call with Robin Waite, who's the business coach, and I essentially want to talk through my business idea with him and just get some degree of clarity on the target clients, the pricing, the business model, and stuff like that. Like, I've got a bunch of ideas and a bunch of questions as well, and I thought it would be a good idea to run those questions by an expert and see what he has to say. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Exactly, yeah. I mean, I think the plan is that we're going to build out some kind of coaching program in Q4 of this year, and leading into your knowledge of doing coaching and all that stuff is going to be very, very useful for us as well. So yeah, it's going to be good. All right, guys, so I thought I'd quickly update you as to what happened in the call with Robin Waite earlier. And one of the main things that we talked about was this idea of a value ladder, which is basically an organized way to move people through our offers or our products or services, such that as they ascend through this value ladder, we're basically providing them with more value so we can charge more and more money for the things that we're offering. And one of the best conceptions of a value ladder comes from Daniel Priestley and his ascending transaction model, as he calls it. And the ascending transaction model essentially has like 4 elements. It has the gift, the product for prospects, it has the core offer, and it has the logical next steps. So I'm going to talk about these 4 things in the context of the business that I'm trying to build. Essentially, the gift is a free thing that we can give away to people, so it increases the awareness of the thing that we're trying to do and the thing that we're trying to be known for. So, for example, this YouTube channel is in a way a gift, in the sense that I'm just giving away all the information I know around building a business, self-improvement, self-development and stuff like that, without really expecting, well, I'm not expecting anything in return at all. Like, I don't need anything from you guys, I just want to share stuff with you freely. Then the next part of the process would be the product for prospects. And the whole point of this is like lead generation, in the sense that we want to capture someone's email, we want to capture someone's address, like a little bit of personal information so that we can continue to reach out to that person and push them through the funnel. So it's essentially like a very quick win that we can offer to our customers or potential customers. And then once they've gone through that process, the whole point is to like hopefully get them into the core offer itself. So what is the main product that I'm trying to sell? Now, for me, that would be like helping creators to build digital products, whether it's courses, communities and stuff like that. And that would be like the main problem that I'm trying to solve would be packaged within the core offer. And again, like the price of the core offer is higher than the product for prospects, and of course is much higher than the gift itself. And then it all eventually culminates in something known as the logical next step. So for example, let's say the core offer was a car. For example, BMW sells cars as its core offer, but its logical next step is actually finance and insurance. And that's what makes BMW super, super profitable. It isn't actually selling the cars itself, it's selling the insurance, it's selling the finance packages, it's selling stuff like that. All right, so it's now midnight and I'm back at my desk, and I thought I'd show you a couple of different versions of these value ladders to give you a bit of context as to how they work in practice. So let me show you my screen. All right, so as you can see here, this is like my own personal value ladder for my own business, and it has these 4 distinct steps as I talked about before. So it has the gifts, the products for prospects, the core offering, and like the logical next step, which can also be called the products for clients. And down at the bottom here, we have the gifts. And so, as I mentioned, that's my YouTube channel, my social media channels, podcasts. I also have a personal website. So if you want to check that out, that has like a bunch of free content around self-improvement and building a business and making money online and stuff like that. And then like the next step in my own personal value ladder is the products for prospects, which includes a free consultation. I mean, I'm kind of like playing around with this at the moment, but if you went to like my website for my own business here, you can see that you can just like click on here to press book a call, and that will take you to a Calendly page where you can have a chat with me about your own personal business and the sort of products that you want to build as well. But I'm thinking about potentially building out some tools for building digital products, and also thinking about offering a 1-day workshop, which would be a paid thing, which would hopefully then lead to people to my core offering itself. And the core offering is essentially just like partnering with creators to design, build and scale beautiful digital products that their communities love. So whether it's courses or communities or coaching programs or whatever it may be, like that's part of my core offering. And then like the logical next step is something that I haven't quite figured out yet, but it would probably, go in here eventually. And then if we look at like Productivity Lab, for example, we already have like a pretty well built out value ladder. At the bottom in the gift section, we have like the website, we have Ali socials, and there's like probably a lot more that we can do to continue to diversify our traffic streams to bring people into the product for prospects. But in particular, at the moment, we're like thinking about building a Notion template marketplace here, so very cheap products that allows us to gather leads. We also have a free membership tier, so people can join the community as a free member, and we also have the 30-day productivity challenge. And then all of this stuff eventually leads to the core offering, which is an annual membership to Productivity Lab itself, where you get access to a course, expert-led workshops, focus sessions, reflection sessions, and stuff like that. And in the next quarter, we're going to be launching a one-on-one coaching program as well. So yeah, that is broadly the value ladder. I thought I'd share that stuff with you because I think that would help you to sort of map out how you could potentially build a value ladder for your own business and for your own sort of products and services and offers that you want to build out as well. But it's like a really nice way to visualize how you're going to make money and also how you're going to offer people increasing value over time as well. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there, and now I'm off to sleep.
Yeah. We work to work, you late to work, I holla and they send it. You know my pride was colder than Chicago in December.
Okay, so I've been doing some thinking today about what makes some people successful and other people less successful, at least like struggle to be as successful as others. And when I first started thinking about this, I was like, this is quite an easy thing to answer. Like, I wrote down things like self-belief, determination, perseverance, decisiveness, and stuff like that. I had like a list of 10, 20, 30 things that I thought made a successful person successful. Yet, when I sort of dug down into it, I was like, yeah, these things do make successful people successful. But there are a lot of less successful people out there who also display all of these qualities. Like, I'm not that successful, but I would like to think that I display some degree of determination, some degree of self-belief, some degree of like perseverance and stuff like that. So I had to almost like discount the entire list. And after thinking about it for some time, I sort of boiled down success factors to 4 different things. They are luck, reputation, vitality, and consistency. So firstly, luck. Now, I think a lot of people want to create success in the same way that a chef would want to create a pie. Like, they want some kind of recipe or some kind of formula that is going to result in them achieving the things they want to achieve. And I just don't think success happens in that way. Like, a lot of it is down to luck. But at the same time, like, luck is something that we can influence. Like, there are ways in which we can make ourselves more lucky. For example, if we read a book, or if we watch a TED Talk instead of like scrolling on social media or watching TV, then we're going to expose ourselves to new ideas and new thoughts that are going to hopefully help us to be more successful. So part of being lucky is also learning how to influence that luck too. The second aspect of success is reputation, and it's something that we should all be looking to nurture and grow over time because it's probably our most prized asset. Like, we all have a reputation and we can all influence that reputation for better or for worse. And for me, like, reputation is the one thing that's going to bring you the most inbound opportunities. Like, your reputation dictates like the level of trust and credibility that people have in you. It also indicates like the level of brand value that you have. So for instance, if I'm building out a particular company, a particular industry, people are going to know me in that industry for that particular thing, and therefore they're going to value the brand behind it too. And it also skyrockets my word of mouth marketing, which is absolutely crucial for cutting down the customer acquisition cost. Like, if I have one customer and they refer me to someone else, then I've instantly cut my CAC in half, which is like so important if I want to like sustain this business long term. So yeah, reputation is absolutely key. Next, we have this idea of vitality. And the point of this is essentially that we want to move from a position of functionality to irreplaceability. Like, if we did organic social media marketing for someone, then it's very easy to replace us. Like, anyone could do that job. Even like AI could potentially do that job for us. Whereas if we move to a position of irreplaceability, then we're the only person that can probably do that thing. Naval calls this like specific knowledge, i.e. we're doing something that we can't be trained for because we've got like a certain unique perspective on the thing that we're doing. And the way that we pursue this specific knowledge is by doing things that we find interesting or that make us curious or that energize us in some way. And if we have this curiosity or this spark or this energy in pursuing a certain topic, we're always going to generate this level of specific knowledge around it because we're going to want to read all the books, we're going to want to study all the courses, we're going to want to check out all the videos on that particular topic. That's going to give us a really nice unique perspective on that particular thing that's going to make us stand out in the market. And the final aspect of success is consistency, like consistently doing more than anyone else in the room. And I think the most successful people do focus on quantity rather than quality a lot of the time. Like, for instance, if you want to be the best YouTuber, you'll find that they consistently post more videos than someone who's only got like a few hundred subscribers. Or if you find the best sports people in the world, like they've consistently done that thing over and over again, way more times than anyone else. And there's like a really interesting parable here called the parable of a pottery class, where they had a class of people who were going to make pots. And they split them into two groups. They had one group focused on quantity, i.e. making as many pots as possible, and another group focused on quality, i.e. making like 1 or 2 really high quality pots. And at the end of the month, they found that the best pots came from the group focused on producing a high number of pots, rather than the group focused on the quality of the pots. In other words, they just did it more and more times, and that's what led to their success.
Knock you down once, get back up again. Knock you down 2 times, get up twice as fast. Knock you down 3 times, well, you might not get back up. Don't slip.
Actually, I think there's probably one other aspect to business success that I didn't mention before, which is this idea of lean experimentation, where we should be treating the things that we're doing kind of like a scientist, in the sense that we'll have a hypothesis about what could potentially work or not work, and then we test that hypothesis before we implement any particular changes. And the more experiments we run in our daily life or in our business life, the better we become at that thing. Now, let me show you kind of what I mean from a business perspective by showing you my HubSpot dashboard. So this is my dashboard for the Productivity Lab mailing list. And this essentially just allows me to run experiments over different time horizons to see what's working and what's not working, and then implement the things that do work, essentially. So for example, if I just scroll down here, I can see on a monthly basis how many signups I'm getting, what platform is generating the most number of signups, how much traffic I'm getting from different sources, and then on a weekly cadence, I can see kind of what social platforms are driving the most amount of traffic, what type of post is generating the most traffic, and stuff like that. So if we look at this chart here, which is the email list leads by platform, I might see in June, for instance, that, oh, we are generating 6% of our leads from Instagram. And I might know, for instance, that we are only posting 1 post and 1 story per month on Instagram at the moment. And I might have had a hypothesis at the beginning of the month, that is the best way to go on Instagram. Whereas I might decide in July, actually, what I think might be best is if we post 2 stories per month and 2 posts on the main feed, that would increase the number of leads we generate from Instagram from 6% to 10%. And so that would be an experiment that I run in July, and depending on whether or not that works, I will decide to either implement that thing if it does actually increase the number of leads to 10%, or I might decide to backtrack and go back to the original plan because actually the number of leads went down or wasn't impacted at all. And you know what, even if you have no plans to start a business, I really, really think this whole approach of lean experimentation can do wonders for your personal life as well. If you were to start a diet plan where the diet plan says, I don't know, you should eat salad 7 days a week, you might find after 7 days you're going to be sick of that diet plan and you just want to quit and give up because you're fed up of eating salad every single day. Whereas if you ran an experiment where you said, I don't know, on a Sunday you're allowed to eat a pack of cookies, or on a Sunday you're allowed to get a takeaway, by just running that experiment, you might find that you're 20, 30, 40 times more consistent with the diet plan over time, which allows you to reach your diet goals far quicker. So running these mini experiments allows you to make incremental improvements over time, and you're just going to see compounding returns because you're going to be far more consistent with the things that you're trying to do. Alrighty, so I've just got to the gym and I'm just doing a final bit of work outside the gym before I probably do a leg session today. And I'm also going to leave this vlog here for this week. I'm still not too sure whether or not these vlogs are massively valuable. It feels a bit random, the stuff that I talk about, from my business stuff to the stuff that I'm doing with clients and the other bits and pieces happening in my life. So if you guys can give me any kind of feedback as to the things that you're enjoying or anything you want me to share more stuff about, then just let me know in the comments, because I'm a complete open book. I'm happy to take this vlog in any direction you like, and I want it to be as useful and as interesting and also as entertaining as possible for you guys as well. So yeah, let me know below and I shall catch you next time.